Uh, I'm not entirely sure like what's truly going on with everything. For the streaming side of stuff. But I think this is working well enough at least. So I'm gonna just go with it. The video looks fine. It could look better, but yeah, I don't know how to make it look any better. To be totally honest. So yeah, I've like changed all the settings to be what is supposedly optimal, but I'm not. I don't really know. So yeah, widen out the chat a little bit there, so I can get rid of it on here, and we can see the stream. We can see that it does. Oh, sorry, just got to mute the game because this is copyrighted music, I believe. Oh, what's it on? EA Music, that's the one. Soundtrack, we'll go to the theme instead. Oh. Okay. I've got a broadcast. So broadcast aims to be a replicate the official TV feed. Cinematic adds in larger than life elements, and Driver presents a mix as a real driver would experience. I don't really know what that means. But you know what? I'm gonna whack on a quick Google. I think that's probably quite smart. What do the different board mix settings do? So yeah, this is F125, and we've got the F126 pack as well. Um, so Driver is the most realistic true to life audio. Replicates the muffled sound of wearing a racing helmet, heavily dampening the engine note and external wind while boosting the sounds of gearbox and vibrations of the chassis. Broadcast balances the sound to mirror what you would hear on a television sports broadcast, applies less filtering than Driver setting, so making the car sound louder and clearer, while with more pronounced turbo and exhaust tones while still maintaining realistic audio positioning. And then Cinematic is designed for maximum immersion and dramatic flair. This mix enhances the bass, deepens the engine roar, and amplifies the overall acoustic impact of accelerating, shifting, braking, and making the car sound incredibly aggressive. Um, I'm not really sure what's best. I'm gonna try it in Driver, and we're just gonna see what it's like. I don't know how it's gonna be. It might be appalling. I also hope you can hear me okay. I'm gonna turn the game down just a tiny bit. I don't know whether it needed that or not. So what I'm doing today is just F1 World. I do not know why this has just gone into like 10 FPS mode because that is pretty atrocious. Not entirely sure what is up with that. Uh, yeah, that's kind of okay. Give me 2 seconds. We're just gonna reboot that game, just because that has just appear to have broken it just a tiny bit. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Oh no, it's just this monitor. That's really strange. Oops, sorry. There we go. Yeah, that's really weird. This monitor just seemed to go super low FPS for a second there. Someday we might actually try this in Steam VR mode as well. I think that might be pretty cool. Yeah, so yeah, I might give it a go in Steam VR. I think that'd be quite cool. So currently, just to give you a little idea of the setup, I bought the Moza R5 bundle, the trucking bundle, so that we have like the truck wheel for ETS2. That does then mean that it's got the truck mount instead of the standard desk mount. So it is on that currently. I have a sim rig arriving on Tuesday next week, hopefully. So it is a little bit high at the minute, but it does work fine. And we're using the ESX wheel, just because it's a standard sort of racing wheel, over the truck sim wheel because it's 40 centimeters, so it's quite a big wheel, the truck sim wheel. It does look slightly washed out, this game, but then when I put it on my actual monitor that I'm playing on, it does look better. So I don't really know what's going on, to be totally honest. I'm not sure what track to pick. Obviously, we've done Australia, China, Japan. We've done Bahrain as well. We've got the Jeddah circuit as the next one to do. Um, so I guess yeah, we'll just whack in a few of these. Um, sure, let's just do all of those. As for the team, what is the best F1 team? Is it Mercedes? So I just thought it was Mercedes. I don't know. I don't actually watch F1 yet. It's the best F1 car 2026. The Mercedes F1 W17 is apparently known as the best F1 car. So we're gonna go in the Mercedes. We're gonna go as Antonelli. Just because, he's new and that's awesome. So he seems to be doing really well as well. So far. Uh Automod held a message, so that's interesting. Uh yeah. Don't need that comment on. Don't need that comment. So yeah, it doesn't look as good. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try and work out how to do it because this looks amazing. Because it's on an OLED for me, so it looks absolutely fantastic. But I don't know how to change it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Dude. It's quite cool that it sounds more like the actual driver would hear it. So we're already up in 4th place. We're getting a pretty good run in today. Could be better. But we are up into 3rd. We've got Verstappen and Piastri in front. Obviously, I'm doing the commentating as well. Verstappen took that corner better because I was trying to dodge his rear wheels. But yeah, this is good fun. I do love this game. I do think it is really fun. We shouldn't be needing any pit stops in any of these races because they are 5-lap races. We do have overtake now enabled. I did use boost and we didn't get past. But now we can absolutely smash our way past him. And create quite a nice gap there. Now that we are in 1st place, we will use our electric system onto hot lap just to keep our speed up because we just want to create a bit of a gap between us and Verstappen just behind. So that's going to use our electric assist in order just to give us some extra speed in the straights and that extra boost out of a corner. Just to try and make up some time from Verstappen. So yeah, the coasting charges up your battery like hell. So yeah, it's good for that. And obviously, this is draining the battery to then make you a bit faster along the straights, and of course, out of corners. That's insane how fast you can get to 200 miles an hour in just a few seconds. Just a quick little 140 there. Very lovely little time. We'll try and up that a little bit. You can see I've left the battery enabled where we don't need it for overtaking. We might as well just use it during the entire race. I think I'm getting better at this track as well. I have raced on it a few times today in preparation for the Grand Prix that I'm doing in multiplayer with my friend. So, yeah. I have raced on it a few times today, just essentially being a practice for this Grand Prix. The tracks after this are ones I've never raced on. So that'll be really interesting to see how that goes. Obviously, we don't have a practice because the Grand Prix mode just puts you straight into a race. You can see that the battery is depleted now, so I am just going to turn that off. Just in case we do spin out or anything and need to be able to overtake someone in the future. Also, obviously, where it's in the hot lap mode, it is going to use the battery when coming out of the corner, like we have done just there. Or I can click it to make our time that little bit better. There we go. Another fastest lap of the race. Lovely. I know I'm going with the TV camera on the top of the Halo, but I do prefer it over the in-camera view just because I feel like the steering wheel gets in the way of what you can see a little bit, which is a bit annoying. Going in the actual cockpit mode, obviously you can go lots of different camera angles, but this is just the one I prefer. This is a really good spot to overtake, it seems. Ready for the Grand Prix if I need to end up doing that the next time. The difficulty isn't on easy, by the way. It is on, I think it's on, like, the number just between medium and hard, obviously, because I have only had this game since yesterday. I mean, it does feel like it's turned down a little bit, being 10 seconds ahead of everybody. And obviously in a 20-lap race, that would turn into an awful lot more time. Yeah, that is quite surprising. Obviously, getting into a real car and driving around is quite sad after this, to be honest. Going so slowly, because obviously you're not allowed to go 200 miles an hour on the road. We can see that our tyres are only 10%, so we don't need to pit. Obviously, this is only a 5-lap race. I think the fastest I got in this track was a 138. No, 134, 136. Something like that. Basically, in my little practice I did it earlier, it was just one of the time trials. I just end up beating my time by about between half a second to 2 seconds every lap, which is absolutely incredible. I don't know how I managed to do that. S mode, I don't know what that means either. I'm guessing I should know what that means, but I don't have a clue. Gonna leave the battery enabled this entire lap just to try and boost us around, get the fastest lap we possibly can. We're ready for the braking zone just there. I think that was the smoothest we've ever taken that corner. Certainly felt that way. Of course, we got the battery enabled to try and get a slightly better time than 137. Doesn't look like we're going to. We did 136.7. Not too shabby for that one there, I don't think. Driver of the day. Lovely. We don't need to watch this every time. It's the same. Man, our best lap was a lot faster than everyone else there, actually, to be fair. I'm not saving that replay, like, whatever. Oh, it saved as multiplayer career again, the title of this. It wasn't. Oh, well. Okay, welcome to Florida, Miami. Grand Prix. So it's 31 degrees, a light cloud, and a dry day. I'd watch them, but it's, yeah. They love this CrowdStrike card, don't they? Was it a long straights? Can't remember. Whoa, what is going on with the frame rate, Blue? What is happening here? Never played this map before, so that's probably playing a part in the terrible frame rate. Oh, that is poor. That is poor frame rate. I know that you guys aren't seeing the best experience, but nor am I. I'm getting about 60 frames per second. I don't know why though. That is a very, very strange situation to be in. There we go. It's not running very well. The car is also going a little bit crazy in this race today. We're getting a hell of a lot of issues with the frame rate, which is going quite crazy actually. That's a very tight corner. Ooh. There's some very tight straights down here. This would be a fantastic straight to overtake everybody on. But obviously you don't have any frame rate, so that might be relatively difficult. I'm hoping that this is just loading everything into VRAM and then we'll chillax a little bit. Goodness me, this is a very, very bumpy track. Or the wheel has gone a little bit strange because it is jittering side to side like absolute nobody's business. Yeah, so he's hit a 139. Only 2 seconds faster. That's not too bad, really. We're gonna do that. We are third place. Again, Russell and Piastri. Well, it wasn't Russell last time, but this time it is Russell and Piastri in front, followed by Kimi Antonelli in the Mercedes car. Not sure whether that was an illegal move, but Antonelli has made it up to second place. I am just commentating this like I'm commentating a race, which is quite fun. Piastri has made it past again on the inside of Antonelli, but Antonelli has taken it away in the corner. This is quite fun commentating it, not gonna lie. Oh, and into that tight section. I also have to say it to remind myself of what's going on, because I can't really tell because of the frame rate being so bad. We have almost doubled the frame rate though, now that we've just driven around it once. So, yeah. But yeah, the wheel is going absolutely bonkers. This track is... Ooh. That was a pretty poor overtake, I think. I did just cut him off, but... Did it work? Yes, it did. Did we get fined for it? No, we did not. That is the fastest lap of the race by 5 seconds. The thing is, in a 5-lap race, it's hard to overtake everybody if they're on a really hard difficulty. In a 20-lap race, you got more time because they got pits. They've got, you got more laps. You could do one person a lap on like a 20-race lap. But on this one, it is difficult to overtake too many people. So yeah, you got the regen that's also charging the battery up. We might need to up the difficulty a little bit here because these are getting a little bit easy. Oh yeah, Russell is just behind us. He is our teammate, of course. So that's nice that he is just behind. Very bright that over there on that corner there. Do need to do a little braking into that corner and then out the corner. You can accelerate fast down the relatively straight section of the track. can see where load cell pedals would be quite good. Obviously, based on the force that you're putting down instead of just the distance. I don't know how to get a better experience for you guys on Twitch. I have it at like 60,000 kilobits per second of performance. Another fastest lap. Oh, this isn't going to be the fastest lap if we do that. Tell you that much for certain. You can see we were going about like 10 miles an hour faster when we had the battery. At least we got there a hell of a lot faster. See now, yeah, we're getting a lot slower. I highly recommend to anyone wondering whether to get into sim racing, a direct drive motor for your wheel it's fantastic. Compared to my old wheel that was making an absolute racket, the only thing that's making a noise with this wheel is the fact that it's putting down that torque. The noise with the G27 that I had before, it was just the gears and everything was moving. Whereas on this one, yeah, it's just the actual movement of the wheel shaking the desk and things. So highly recommend. This is a Mozart R5 for anyone who's wondering. And yeah, Mozart, if you are watching, highly doubt you are, but if you want to send over an F1 wheel, I would not say no. I know it's going to go muted. I just want to check the stream, make sure it looks good. Okay, yeah, it looks pretty chill. Good. Gonna advance onto the next track. Really close some stuff. It's really using up the 16 gig of VRAM. I'm not going to re-say that name of that racetrack because I don't know how you say it. Someone else can say that one for us. Let's leave it as stock because that's what we're doing for all of them. That's an atrocious start from Leclerc there, falling straight in front of me. I've got a collision warning. I didn't touch him. This is quite a fun little track, it seems, so far. Quite liking it. Nice bit of a straight here. That was appalling driving from Leclerc. Getting right in front of me. Going to turn off the battery just so that we can try to gain as much as possible for coming out of this corner here and just blasting straight past him, hopefully leaving him in the dust. Because this is a very long straight. Where in the Williams car that we're doing the career mode in is going to have quite some difficulty, as it does not enjoy top speed, it seems. It just enjoys just chilling, going nice and slowly around a track, which isn't really great for driving quickly. We have set the fastest lap of a 1:23. If we could try and get that on 1:20, I would be very... I would be very pleased with that. Sure, we can get it under a 1:20. Probably already on the way there because of Leclerc being behind now. And yes, we are going to get this every single race. It's weird, that last track was the only one that I've had any issues with frame rate. But yet again, for this map, we're going 150 FPS. So yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. Very strange. In case anyone's wondering about the specs of the PC, I know I would be if I was watching a stream. And they were talking about it. It's a 9070 XT with a 5950X processor. That was a 114. Nice. Very quick little track, this one. Yeah, running in 4K or on a Samsung G8. Well, it's a G8 1SF. I think just a G8. It's a 4K OLED. So this game looks absolutely amazing. Obviously with the blacks being black, and it's 240 hertz, so it looks fantastic. Just the stream, I cannot work out why it doesn't look awesome, but yeah, not too sure. Don't want to turn off HDR though because it looks pretty good. I'm not sure if there's ray tracing in this game, but there is, but I'm not sure if it's enabled still for me, because if it is, I might as well disable it and get the 200 FPS because ray tracing is quite useless. Cyberpunk, sure, when you're driving about it looks nice and you are paying more attention to it, but in this game you're focusing more on the actual driving aspect over just the visuals. Not really paying any attention to the visuals in this, as I just want to try and be getting the fastest times as I can, whether that's at 1080p or 4K. I'm not that fussed, you know. I obviously do want it to look as good as possible because, well, I like that. And yeah, you guys are seeing it in 1440p. But I think you're actually seeing it in 1080. So I think Twitch only does 1080p. But I'm sending it to them in 1440p. So, yeah. Now scaling it from 4K. Such a long straight into the finish. I do like that, a little chicane just before the finish line though. I do think that is pretty cool. Let's see what we get with the boost mode that I can manually turn on, having it off. Let's just set that to we'll set that to hot lap. I like this track. This is very nice. It's got a good amount of technical elements, but also just some very nice just straightaways where you can just absolutely floor it. And some nice corners where you can still floor it around and knock over the corners a little bit. Yeah, I really like that. I think that is really nice. Like these ones where you can cut the corners just a little bit. It's not illegal, but where you can cut them a bit. 1:15 for our final lap. That's not too bad. Driver of the day again. That's always a nice thing to have, isn't it? Very nice. Skip through all of these. That is crazy, that isn't it? The Monaco circuit. So the country's so small. Radio, radio, radio. Just replying to him. Why are we starting in like 7th place? Surely we should be higher than 7th. There's also like really not really any overtaking because this is such a fast track and it is so narrow. It is such a narrow track where you might just be able to sometimes just about pass. No, okay, never mind. Go, whack on the boost, and we can get out of there. Then, of course, we have the crazy tight corner just here, which has caught probably some people out because it does catch me out occasionally. And then, of course, we've got that other tight turn. The amount of turns and tight track is insane. Oh, yeah. Out of the way, mate. Oh, we've lost the wing. We have lost the wing. What a shock. Yeah, we need a wing for Monaco. You need a wing in Monaco. You do really, really, really need a wing in Monaco. It is really hard to get around without one because you really have to slow down for all the corners. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Thanks, mate. These aren't, though, because the wing is not doing a whole lot of downforce anymore on those front tyres, which are, of course, the ones doing the steering. Oh, that's going to be a tough corner from now on, so let's keep that one in mind. We are, of course, in 5th place, and we are about to overtake Hamilton on the starting grid section of the track. Oh, cheers for the follow, buddy. Someone has just followed the Twitch, so really appreciate that one. Thank you very much. I'm not really paying attention to the chat right now because I am, of course, in a race. But I do appreciate the follow. Ooh, that's a tough corner. So we are fourth. We're apparently a second and a half behind Leclerc. I don't know who's first. I haven't seen them in a little while. I've only really been seeing Leclerc here. Oh dear God, that braking on that corner is bad. And Hamilton is only 1 second behind us. Russell is first place. He's lucky because, yeah. It does help being first place. Because you don't have to worry about hitting the back of other people's cars. Deary me, that's bad. Looking at that. Really do need a front wing in Monaco. Imagine doing 20 laps of this and not needing a new front wing. That would be incredible. So in qualifying, when I do this in the multiplayer Grand Prix that we are doing in the career mode, I am going to want to try and get the fastest time during qualifying, just so that we start first and can get out of there and away. Because there's really is nowhere to overtake in the Monaco circuit. Even though every time on that corner I managed to catch up some time. And we now have absolutely no front wing. Yeah. That was going to happen. Yeah. No front wing will do that to you. That was full brakes. But just, yeah, no front wing just caused that just to get away. And yeah, you can't help it if you have no front wing. It does make it incredibly difficult to turn and brake. It's going to happen again because did we have the front wing or did that happen? Oops, that's not what I'm going to click. I click a B to get to our damage level. Just have a little look. We still have the right section of the wing. Just lost the left section. We are still in front. Oh, flipping hell. I didn't even know that changed to 100% tyre damage and things. Never seen that before. That's pretty awesome. I know this is cheating, being able to just constantly restart, but it tells you to. So, yeah. We won't be doing that, obviously, in the multiplayer version that we do, because that will be multiplayer, and therefore you can't just restart whenever you want and unbrake tyres. But this one is just a fun lap, just to like learn the circuit essentially. But I figured it's a bit more fun as a Grand Prix with other players rather than just a time trial. Although I probably will do some time trials on Monaco because I do quite like the Monaco circuit. I do think it is quite a fun circuit to do, just where it is just so so tight, and you do have to be so careful with all the corners. I think it is a really interesting thing to do. And obviously, when you just come out of this tunnel, you just get absolutely flashbanged, which I really like how they've managed to do that. I do think that is really interesting. That corner is also just brutal. Like, do you need to put a corner that tightly? Jesus Christ. Yeah, I did. I did crash into the wall. I definitely did crash into the wall. Yeah. Okay, so if we just tap the brakes around that corner, it does work a little better. This one, obviously, we have to go super slowly around. George Russell has won the Monaco Grand Prix, and then we are coming in 4th place. Not surprised he won it. Yeah, so we didn't win that race, but we were close. Well, we weren't that close, really, were we? Okay. How hot do you reckon the steering wheel base is as well? Only about 38 degrees, so that's not actually too hot. Anyway, we don't care because we are fourth. Too slow though, 121. And bear in mind that Monaco is a very hard track, and in this game, I do only have 13 out. That's worryingly 13 hours. I've had it since yesterday afternoon. I did play it till whatever it was yesterday, midnight yesterday. Played it since 10 o'clock today, minus maybe 3 hours. So, and it's currently 11 o'clock again. So, yeah. Whoa, matey. Oh, it's so nice to be on a wide track again. Jesus, Russell. Well, that's certainly added some wear onto those two tyres, I would imagine. It hasn't, but simulation damage we would be screwed apparently, so yeah. This should be quite a nice track, I think, to lots of pretty high speed corners. Jeez, Russell, get the hell out of the way, buddy. Doesn't help that my shoe keeps falling off on the accelerator and the brake pedal because I just have some Crocs on that are totally destroyed because the dog has been just chewing them all the time because he's very helpful like that. It's a very nice track, this, actually. I like this. It makes you realise how much F1 drivers actually have to think about, though. Not only are they driving at 200 miles an hour and having to think about what they're doing there, but also having to think about their fuel usage, their energy usage now, when they're going to use their boost and everything. I assume that is a real thing in F1. If it's not, then ignore everything I've just said. But they do still have to think about so much. It is absolutely crazy. So that's the fastest lap by like 8 seconds. But yeah, for anyone who wants to get into sim racing, I'd highly recommend Moser Wheels because this is absolutely fantastic. Get the R3 bundle coming with a ESX wheel so you can use it on Xbox or on PC. I believe you can put the ESX wheel on any wheelbase and then it turns it into an Xbox compatible one. But don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. Pretty sure that's what I read somewhere. If it does, that's awesome. Obviously, all the other wheels are PC only, I believe, like the ones with the screens and things, which makes sense because Xboxes are quite limited But yeah, lovely little track. This really, really liking it so far. 121. That wasn't great, but this does sound more like him in the car, which is much better because before being in this view with like the TV sounding audio, it was a bit weird. And for anyone wondering what the assists are, we got braking on low, obviously the racing line, just because I actually can't race without them. Although I think it would be okay on this track, for example, because you can see where the racing line sort of is, because you can see where everyone else is driving. But yeah, and steering assist is on none, because why would you play a racing game with braking and steering assist on? Because essentially you can just press the accelerator. Because that's what it was for the first few things I did, and I was like, well, this game's rubbish. I don't have to do anything. Let me go and check the assists. And obviously, sure enough, it defaults to all being on quite high. Yeah, even with the low braking assist, it does still brake you a bit. Sometimes when I'd want to floor it, it does. But yeah, I do think it is better because sometimes I don't brake enough or whatever. Low toe pedals, I think, would be pretty awesome. Not necessarily for throttle, but for braking, to know how hard you're pressing it rather than just how far you're pressing it. Because, yeah, it's a bit more realistic. But I can imagine it would be fairly rock solid to push at like 100 kg weights. I don't think I'll be able to do that with a chair on wheels. Because this is already like at least double the strength of the G27. Also, what's amazing is I can let go of the wheel whilst driving along and it stays still. It's amazing. Is that our last race? I think it might be the last one. I'm not entirely certain. Obviously, we've won again because we're the best by 6 seconds. Kind of crazy, that actually, isn't it? Do we have one more? We have one more. I think this is the last. I'll do this and then I'm going to end the stream. Okay, so this is a wet race. I don't really know why they're all going so slowly. I get that it's raining, but like... Oh, we're not allowed to use ESR. Interesting. I wanted to use it just there, but wasn't allowed to click it. I am clicking it, but nothing is happening, so clearly we are not allowed. Yet, at least. Quite an interesting race, this, if it's going to be wet the whole time. Because, yeah, that happens. The back was starting to give way a little bit there. As you can see, we're going a little sideways. But that is totally normal. Having force feedback that works is so fantastic because you can actually tell when you're going sideways because you can feel the wheels try and fight you to spin the other way, and you can just fight them back and say, "No, I'm going my way. I want to go. Thank you very much," which is amazing. Love that. Come on, give me overtake mode, guys. Don't want to be racing behind slow old Hadjar and Norris. Right, but I'm not getting overtake mode. Not allowed to change it. I'm guessing because it's wet. Because I'm clicking it, I'm trying to turn that up, but that also isn't turning up. So yeah, I'm guessing when it's wet, you're not allowed ERS. Like as much at least. It is still defaulting, using some of it sometimes, but guess we're not. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, we're just gonna skid around that corner, but that's fine. That was perfectly smooth, actually. I like this track, you know. This is nice. It's a very nice track, actually. Could well be one of my favourites. Although that one before Monaco was quite fun as well. I actually just think I quite like a lot of the F1 tracks. Couple I don't like. China, I don't like that. Not good at that one. I find that hard because it just has a super duper long straight with like nothing to it really. Which obviously, if you're in a car that doesn't have the best straight line speed because you want good cornering, it can be a little annoying just to see everyone overtaking you. And of course, going sideways around that corner is not ideal, but it does work. And we have left Norris in the dust, which is perfect. Of course, yeah, in the rain, they also have to deal with the rain on their visors, which I guess probably gets blown away almost immediately, but it is still a thing they have to deal with. Not bad, 121 in the wet. Could probably get that down to like a 10, no, maybe a 110. Save 10 seconds on soft tyres instead of intermediate wets. Yeah, I reckon that's probably fairly reasonable because you could take that a lot faster than 40 miles an hour. Probably. This is all a guess because I don't know any much about Formula One at all, really. Um, so this is all just a guess, but I am really enjoying starting to learn some stuff and learning about the different tires and things. That hards are slower, but they last longer, and see softs are then obviously the best for grip, meaning they're the fastest because you can just go faster. But then they last a very short amount of time in comparison. So yeah, really interesting learning about it all. And of course learning the rules because I don't know any of the rules and just sort of how to drive an F1 car. Not obviously a real life one. This is obviously completely different to a real life F1 car, but it is realistically the closest I'll get in sim stuff probably. I don't know if there's anything better. So you get more newton meters in the bases, but not sure whether that would be any more accurate or anything like that. So, let's just try and get another fastest lap. We're almost half a lap in front of everyone. Obviously not the Norris, but to the last people, I bet we are more than half a lap in front. probably about 30 seconds. Well, actually, they seem to have caught up a little bit then. We did do Sector 1 quite slowly. Then we've massively improved on Sector 2, though. You can see the dry lines starting to form. So if you were doing a 20 or so lap race, once the dry had started to form, and if it has stopped raining quite so much, you'd be able to switch over to soft tyres, and then obviously be a lot faster. You can see around this corner, you can see a dry starting to form, but obviously in a 5-lap race, there's just not enough time to actually do anything good with that. So, yeah. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this stream. That is the end of it. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I'm sure I'll be streaming more of this over the next few days. Yeah, because I do really enjoy playing this. I think it's a really fun game. And yeah, lots of free time over the next couple of months. So hopefully we'll be doing a lot more of F1, some GTA stuff. Not 6, because I'm on PC, of course, because they're better. But, you know, we probably won't get GTA 6 for a while after consoles. Maybe I'll buy a console. You never know. 3 seconds faster, but then on that for the rest of them. Goodbye. 137 points. So this is just a little overview of the season. We are first. As a team, we are first by a long way as well. 200 points versus the next one, which would be McLaren at 120. So yeah. Oh no, what about Red Bull actually? Red Bull are at 50 plus 70. Oh, 130, yeah. So yeah. We beat by quite a lot, so that's pretty nice. So yeah, cheers for watching, everybody, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff if you did enjoy the video. I'm going to try and get HDR sorted out, but I don't think it looks that bad, actually. I think it looks fine. Not as good as HDR, but not bad by any means. Yeah, cheers for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.